This video is the development of step number 2 to establish theoretical foundation for designing teaching materials of the Material Designs for Face-to-Face Environment course of the Universidad Nacional Abierta y a Distancia. Objectives. The following video pretends to identify, analyze, and understand the basic concepts involving the designing of materials for face-to-face environments. To highlight the importance of using innovative strategies like updated media to develop certain skills in the design of a specific material for traditional contents in order to succeed in the teaching process. To develop flexible frameworks to help produce effective materials for target learners in principled and coherent ways. Now let's talk a little bit about the roles of audiovisual mental aids in language learning and its use, according to Tomlinson. There are approximately 5 main roles: impact, relevancy and usefulness, facilitation, provider of opportunities, and bearing. Achieving positive impact includes that is taking into account that learners differ in learning styles and in affective attitudes. Be relevant and useful for students. Expose the learners to language in authentic use, helping the learners to feel at ease and develop confidence. Require and facilitate learner self-investments. Provide the learners with the opportunity to use the target language to achieve communicative purposes. Providing opportunities for outcome and feedback doesn't need to rely too much on controlled practice. Sustain the learner's curiosity and attention. Take into account that the positive effects of instruction are usually delayed. Talking about what should ELT materials have. They should have a purpose, variety, potential of affective and cognitive engagement, inner fact of motivation, and provide opportunities. First of all, materials should serve a purpose, like a tool. Then they should represent how the language is typically used. In other words, it has a lot of variety of text types and genders in relation to topics, themes, events, locations, etc. Likely to be meaningful, authentic, interesting, relevant, enjoyable, and contextualized to the target learners. After that, they should have good potential of affective and cognitive engagement. In other words, select and purpose activities that have an impact in the students' feelings and thinking. They should also motivate the use of mental representations, like inner speech, visualize and making mental pictures. And finally, they should provide many opportunities for learners to produce language in order to achieve intended outcomes, using language rather than just practicing specified features of it. Tomlinson talks about the proposals for principal approaches to the development of ELT materials. He takes 6 principles of language acquisition. Principle number 1. According to Krashen, experience and variety are prerequisites for language acquisition, and is that the learners are exposed to a rich, meaningful, and comprehensive input of language in use. Each encounter helps to elaborate and deepen awareness and to facilitate the development to hypotheses needed for eventual acquisition. Principle number 2. Engage effectively and cognitively. According to Arnold, effective and durable learning can only occur when the student feels positive emotions that stimulate the acquisition process. Equally, thinking develops high levels of skills, and processing information, what is a requirement for acquisition. Principle approach number 3. According to Arnold, the esteem is one of the main principles. This means having good feelings toward all the people, the process, and the environment, and having the feeling that something worthwhile has been achieving. Principle number 4, proposed by Tomlinson and Avila, talk about the use of multidimensional and mental representation. This means the use of mental imagining, inner speech, emotional responses, connections with their own lives, evaluations of predictions, and personal interpretations. The principle number 5, proposed by Bolitho, says that experiences can be revisited. In other words, the student is able to investigate, reflect, and apprehend before they comprehend, and to intuit before they explore. And the final approach, number 6, proposed by Tomlinson and Avila, is called communicative purpose. It means an input is as important as an output. When talking about acquiring a language, reason why it's important to use the language in order to communicate fluently, accurately, appropriately, and effectively. Thank you so much for your attention and your time. Till the next opportunity. Goodbye.